everybody, my name is izlogic, and welcome back to another episode of TFT Time. Today, we're going to be playing something a little bit more insane as I up my volume on my voice, because yesterday when I was recording, I was a little bit quiet, because, well, I was kind of a bit ill. And yes, I'm back, feeling a little bit better, still got a sniffly nose here and there, but it's not affecting me enough to stop recording. Now, we're going to be playing some more TFT for you today, as this is the second TFT upload for the week. We then have our Thursday and Saturday upload being Pokemon, then Friday's obviously predictions, which I still am yet to do for this week. I've got a bit more of a, hindsight on the past 2 weeks, and I've got a bit more evidence to back up my choices for this week. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend in terms of the LCS and the LEC. Some big matchups. Similar to how this week's was, I was surprised how the Dignitas and Team Liquid match went, and how close it was to swaying either way, hence why I did an Anarchy analysis, which you saw today when I'm recording this episode. But yeah, I'm really happy at the moment. I've been improving my content. It's been slowly going on the up and up. Next thing to improve is obviously my setup. Like, yes, I have the editing software and that, but I could do with a better PC, could do with an actual mic. That would be a lot more helpful. Considering right now, one of my major issues when I'm recording is that my PC is just blaring non-stop. Whether it be because I'm got no on-off cooling in it, or I'm just overusing it, it's kind of annoying. Anyway, we want this Senna. Gonna attempt to grab her. If we're not, we'll just grab the LeBlanc. And we could go Ocean Mages. Or Woodland Mages start. And then build into the Ocean Mages later. Or we could go 6 Woodlands. Not a terrible idea actually, 6 Woodlands. It's quite strong. Run it a couple times in ranked, obviously. A friend recommended it to me, because I didn't actually know they changed Woodlands at the start of this 10.1 season, where they made it so that if you get 6 Woodlands on the board, which requires lugs, you get the double on every Woodlands champion. I didn't know that was a thing, so you're getting 4 extra characters in a sense. So yeah, I'm glad that I found that out when I did, because that makes this game mode a little bit more fun. Now, already we have 2 of the 6 online. 2 of the 4, sorry. Or is it 5? Yeah, it's 5. Why am I saying... So in a sense, we'll have 10 characters just off of 5 characters. It kind of makes Forces of Natures even more funnier for this build. And it allows me to, obviously, maybe tech Rangers in here, if need be. Now, we are going to get ourselves the Woodland Druid start. We've also got an Ivan on our bench, taking us up to 4 Woodlands out of the 6. Obviously, now, all we need is a Lux, and that is the 5-6 for the Woodlands combo. Now, that is a good thing to be saying right now, because we've got quite a strong early game. Now, we're going to have a bit more fun, I do believe, with this setup, as we can obviously tech into anything with the LB there, but we're also going to have Poison. Poison makes this build even more funner. Reason being, well, let's just say it just means that excuse me. It just means that we can have that extra champion on the board if I go Force of Nature, which is a top tier item by the way. We could also tech into Berserkers. Assassins wouldn't be too terrible. I think Assassins would be probably one of the better things to go into, because we could pick up, say, a Nocturne, put him on the board, or even Steel. Like, that wouldn't be too terrible either, if we, like, get a Nocturne on the board, and then a Rek'Sai to go alongside it. As this round, we're actually not doing terribly against. We're gonna get Nasus ulted, as well as Talia ulted, but I think we are losing this. But only just because this guy has quite a few level 2s in that setup he has. Now the good thing for us is we can technically spend early to improve this very low cost team, and that is something I like about this team comp. Now as you can see here, I've spent quite quickly there on some upgrades. I'm also going to stick this cog on the board for a few rounds because he is a level 2, and a level 2 Nico does 45 plus 100, so 300 damage plus 45 on that, whereas this is 81 and 275, which equals out a lot more because you're going to be outputting a lot more damage for the auto attacks, and 25 damage difference on the ult isn't too much considering the difference in attack damage and attack speed as well. Now, right now, we're going to win this round fairly convincingly as well. All 4 champions surviving. Well, 4 I say. Maokai's clone did not. That being said, we can obviously tank him up as the rounds go on with our Giant's belts and our chain vests there as we pick up another Ivan. I'm also spending quite quickly our coins, and I want to be doing this for the early game. Not because I need to, it's just that I want to find these early 1-cost champions while we have a 50% chance of them spawning in our shop. That is the sort of reasoning behind doing this. Now, next round we can obviously hit level 5 and slide Nico back on the board, giving us more chances of a 2-cost champion hitting the double up instead of it just being Maokai for 2 rounds in a row. And that would be quite useful as we come up against this similar S comp to what I want to go for with that Cogmore and the Maokai there. He's also got a few champs on his bench. He's got Zerkers there. He's got probably using this as a early game start really more than anything. And this is very, very close to us picking up 3 rounds in a row. It's just slightly unlucky on the opponents we faced. Now, obviously, we're going to have to go on the offensive soon and start building up our eco. However, that doesn't have to be almost instantaneous. What we can do is, if we have a quick look at our items, we could make a Moronomicon. We could also get that spatula, but we can't get the spatula in time because this guy waited, shall we say. He is in last though, so fair enough, he gets that. Kind of makes sense for him to actually get that. But we do get the Moronomicon technically now that we get this needlessly large rod. I mean, technically we could go dual gauntlet, but I think the Moronomicon is slightly better if we just stick that onto a Nico who has a very, very explosive ultimate. And I'm going to sell you and buy you. Can also refresh our shop once, nothing in there. Okay, Nico goes on the board. Here's the Moronomicon. Oh, not the locket. Moronomicon online. So, we're doing pretty good. I like this setup so far. The only thing I could do with is possibly starting to build up eco now, because we need to get some 2-cost champions to level 2. That would be delightful with this build. We are coming up against an Ezreal comp. Obviously, we want to stop that Ezreal from getting too many ults off. Like, it's already fired 2 off already. We actually do take it out. A nice little splash there from that Nico ultimate. Hitting the last 2 remaining targets with the Grievous Wounds effect. Stopping any healing coming through. Very nice. And a nice little chip of 100 damage onto him as well. So let's have a... Once this round is over and done with, we can have a quick pop around the shop. And if you don't know what I mean by that, let's have a look-see. Okay, you have mages with Ocean, Warden whatever, Berserker's on your bench, Shadow, Woodlands, Assassin, Druid, looks to be going Infernal Druid, Druid, Warden, and that's it. More Druids, Poison, Ranger set up as thing. And yeah, this guy here, Warden, probably Ocean Mages eventually, and we drawed against the actual Mages guy. Fairly standard for us to win this because he hasn't got any real like defensive units like we do with the Maokai and the Ivan there to cause real threat. We have quite a good balance here. We have 2 defensive units to frontline, and then we have 3 offensive backliners with 1 that can obviously dive, which is very nice. We'll get another Nico here in our shop, slide her onto the bench, move everyone over here for the Krugs wave, and yeah, we're not doing terribly. Yeah, we had a look at everyone's team. I mean, everyone's got similar champions to us. Obviously, there's quite a few Woodlands characters on the board. But, hopefully, we're the only ones going for the 6 Woodlands comp. Now, ideally for this wave, we want a spatula. Or a couple of defensive items. Is this a spatula? It is! Hello! I was not expecting you. Give me that force of nature, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason I like this is because it gives me more champions to play with. And because we got it early, it gives me a chance to say, oh, what would be good in this build? And I guess I want to take you. And you're probably wondering, why? Well, let's just say, I want, in this team comp, a Twitch for the poison. Twitch instead of Cog maybe, and Mundo or Singe frontliner. That'll be very, very useful. And with Ranger, it gives me a bit more of a damage output here. And especially if I can give Ash a IE, that is actually really useful. As we'll watch the damage output for this round on our Ash be quite high. Even if she is going to die now, and she is only level 1, bear that in mind, she should probably hit about 300, 400 damage, maybe? 600, that is more than I expected. It's not too good considering there's a LeBlanc who's the same level, doing slightly more damage than her. But yeah, I'm not complaining too hard. I'll keep her on the bench for now because obviously Cogmore is doing a lot of work for us, and I think if we have a look at his damage stat, that ult does that much. If we give him either GA or IE, that damage is going to be quite high and really hard to deal with, and I think that would be more useful for now, based on my current actual stats. So yeah, we'll watch the damage stats go up here. We'll evaluate how it's going on. Cogmore obviously is leading the way quite heavily. And we're getting hit by a lot of ults right now. That is something that's annoying us. The good thing is Cog is pumping out 2k damage. That is very, very good for us. And the great thing is, if I want to sell Cog and go into Twitch and Singed and Mundo for my poison, I can, and it will still work as well as what I expect it to be, because this is obviously very, very nice and quaint team comp that we've built right now. So, the even better thing is, we're on a 4-win streak now, and we're at 30 coins, shall we say. That means that our time to getting to 50 coins is about 3 waves, or 3 rounds, which is after a carousel, then we basically land on Wolf Camp with 50 coins, which is actually extremely very good. It's a good time to be on 50 because it means that the amount of eco that we can spend on Wolf Camp is even better, and we have a lot more options to play around. Now we are at 30 coins. I'm going to get up to 40. It's actually going to be 2 rounds from here where we hit the 50. So yeah, it will be at Wolf Camp. I am right for once. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the carousel. Ooh, there is a nice Twitch in this shop. Why did I call it a carousel and then proceed to call it a shop? Makes 0 sense. Anyway, Twitch is what we want here. If we don't get that, we can take the Karma. I know very little people will probably take the Karma. If not, we'll take the Rek'Sai. Okay, so we're going either Karma or Rek'Sai now. Okay, we'll take Karma. It gives me a chain vest, which means I can make a bramble vest because of this chain vest here. Stick that immediately onto the Maokai. Almost immediately. It's super duper useful. It provides me with such an explosive attack that it's very hard to deal with. And there we go. Bramble vest online. And you're probably wondering, but why would you give a Maokai it when you probably are going to get a Singed who can tank a bit more? I think Maokai overall is slightly better than Singed in this team comp, purely because you're guaranteed a second of it. It's a lot of health. He's got over 1000k. I think Singed is slightly less bulky, and as we watch this wave, just watch the damage stats. We'll go over. Maokai is currently leading him. Nico is slowly catching up, so's Cog. And yeah, Maokai has done a lot of damage. This is early game carry. Why you do this now is because you're probably going to guarantee a better late game. Plus this guy's holding on to my champions that I need. He's also going Soulbound. Light Soulbound, I do believe. If he isn't, he's misplaying him. Anyway, we now have our level 2 Nico. That is huge, because that damage stat is now 81, which is what this is. It's the same as a level 2 Cog. It's also the fact that you've got 120% on that, so 240 every time it explodes. So 240, that goes up to 480, and then another onto that, it's 720. Very nice amount of that. Plus it prevents healing. Against a team like this, that is great. Pop, pop, pop. That Maokai's health and the lantern armor just got chomped by that one Nico bubble. And yeah, Nico has gone to work this round. And we're absolutely destroying this guy. Down comes the living barrage, or living artillery. And yeah, we're actually not in a bad position at all, ladies and gentlemen. I can level up, I can slide you on for free. We can have a look-see through our shop quite quick for these low-cost monsters. We can also start hitting up to level 9. That is our next goal. Once we get level 9, we can just spend like a man looking for Woodlands Luxes. Anyway, we do manage to pick up a couple of items here. Ooh, that is a hush. That isn't terrible in terms of a drop. I mean, I would prefer a level 3 Cogmore. That is one thing I prefer. I would prefer... I'll pick up you for now. I really wouldn't mind a Twitch. Twitch is what I'm looking for now. We've got a 10% chance of a 4-cost champion dropping. As you know, Twitch is a 4-cost poison ranger, which is why I have the Ash, so that we get range buff basically for where the Varus is right now. Varus is in the redacted position. Yeah, we're going to see a nice Pot Blossom here. Oh, that Varus ult was even nicer actually. Check damage stat. Yes, Varus did a lot of damage. Considering he did more than LeBlanc, that is pretty good. He did more than our Ivan as well, but Ivan is in a certain role. Also, I think our Ivan cloned. Yeah, he did. Ooh, that is perfect timing, ladies and gentlemen. We get the Twitch. He can slide immediately into the comp. We can just start spending our coins, really. That is the current goal. Just to spend our coins into XP so that we can get high enough levels that Luxes start appearing. Because once we get the Lux into this team comp, we're gonna be winning. And I can technically Saris embrace the Lux. That would mean a lot more ults. If we get obviously a tier in our next carousel or the Raptors camp. Now this wave is interesting. It's a Mages comp that's absolutely destroyed us here. Lovely double ults coming out of this guy's team. That Syndra got so many ults off as well, giving her quite a high amount of damage. Now, we are still first in the leaderboard. Still don't want to be up here. That's my personal opinion. I don't like being on top of the leaderboard. It's not too beneficial. It's good to have the health. It's not good to be at first. I'd much rather be here, chilling here in 5th or 6th. That's personal preference for carousel round, and that's because I get second choice on champions, and that will mean a lot more chance of getting what I want. Now, ooh, Maokai gets the nice Woodlands proc here, and one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of Thresh comps. That is one thing I've noticed about this game. And yeah, we're going to lose here. That's fair enough. Guy has ranges, he has a strong front line. Very, very strong front line. He got immediately onto our cog as well, which is not a good thing. It means that I'm probably going to have to pull cog more back in order to protect it a bit more so that we get a bit more damage outputted. I can put Twitch or Ash onto the relic and see how that works. Okay, so there's a Yorick here that I would take if I could get it. I highly doubt I'll get it. Mind you, there are spats in play. I could take a Negatron Cloak, go Dragon Claw. I want the Saris Embrace though. And no, we don't get it. Okay, so I'm either getting a Yi. I think taking Yi is a bit more smarter here. It stops this guy. Mind you, every champion left is Shadow. I took the Yi because that's most expensive. This guy probably wanted it. And it stops him from having it, which is ideal. One thing I've noted is I have 0 LeBlancs, bar the one on the board. Well, speak of the devil, there's another LeBlanc. Okay, I can move you around now. Pull you back. Put you back here. Put you over here so you have a little bit more protection. I can put you here and see how this works. This should work a little bit better. Okay, so I'm also giving you that. Gives you a bit more tankable ability. Also gives me more chance of winning. Anyway, our Nico's due to double up act here. I'm hoping for a big Nico ult here. Something that can just absolutely destroy him, while my Nico ult has actually been disabled by the Soraka. Out come the ults. Pop, 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 Nice double ult there. Stops the effect of the redemption. And yeah, we do a good work there, putting this guy down to 28 health. So, 61 coins to play with. Bet you don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to reroll. Ooh, I can take you now. Slide you in. There's poison. There's a temporary poison team. That is huge. Because obviously, right now, I would like a singed. I'm level 7. I can start getting singed. And Singe would mean so much to this team comp because he can just give me a better champion on my front line than a Mundo who's base level doing nothing. That's legit the only reason I would do this. Plus it stops ults like Malphite ult here. It's kind of nullified this guy's ult game. And considering there is Ocean Mages in this game, I think this was the right call to go poison. That was pretty poor Nico ult. However, we are actually doing pretty good here. Oh, we're doing fantabulous here. Down to just the Thresh and our Nico and Maokai. That was wonderful for us. Truly magnifico. Ooh, I could take you. Nah, you're not worth it. How many times have people said that about Nami? Well, Nami's actually pretty good, to be honest. Nami's fits into quite a few team comps, obviously. Can use her instead of a Thresh in Ocean Mages. You go like Tarik or a Mumu, and then Nami with a Nautilus, and that gets you Ocean Warden, and it's pretty nice. Yeah, it is taking Ocean down from 3 champs up to from 2 champs up to 3. That's what I wanted to say. But you know, it's still good. Anyway, we pick up that. I'll pick up you, might as well. Ooh, another Ivan. Now, I want to do that, but part of me says that is slightly better. Because it's a more permanent fixture in this team. I could have done it on the Ashe, I could have done it on the Ivan and put me one away from the level 3 Ivan, which probably would have been smarter in the long run. But, you know, I think this is slightly better for me in terms of the fact that I'm able to crucify this guy if it weren't for the fact he has a very nice looks. He has the major looks. That is probably one of the most deadly things you'll see in this game mode. Yeah. Ooh, I'll take the Twitch. That gets me one away on him from level 2. And we're actually cruising right now at the top of the leaderboard. There's one guy we can't beat, which I think is this guy. No, it's not you. You don't even have Soulbound. What the fuck? You don't even have Soulbound, and you have the Lucian. What are these team comps? Okay, this team comp I can't beat. I could if I move you over to this side and jump straight on that Lux. But right now, maybe not. Anyway, this round is a yikes. This guy has Mage Malphite, which is funny actually. It's one of those things that you see that's like, not again. And we're taking a lot of damage here. These guys have these brands in their team that do so much damage. It's very hard to deal with. So we're just now in survival mode, really. I think is the best way to call it. Ooh, there's a Nico. I think it's safe for me to do this. Hit that up. Get you on the board. I can scroll through quite freely, actually. Look for things like that. Pick up you. Ooh, I finally see a LeBlanc in my shop. Anyway, right now, looking at what we've got, we haven't got too much bad. I mean, a Lux drop right now would be humongous for us. It would probably be the means of us winning this game. Wow, we just got smoked. I don't even know what just happened. But yeah, people are dropping quite quickly in terms of health. This guy is battling against someone fake and lost. Okay. What do I want here? That Rage Blade's quite nice. I'd take this just because it's useful. It's one of those useful items that people can rely on to actually do a lot of work. And it's also a Janna, which can be useful in certain team comps. I know there's a guy that probably could use it in a Blade Master comp with the connection to a Yasuo. Speaking of Yasuo, I get one in my shop. Come on, game. Oh, another LeBlanc. Can't use you. So, we're just going to give you that. We can't use mages. I guess we have to go Hush on you for your last item. Purely because we need to win this round. If we win this round, it's more than likely that we're going to survive. This guy is also poison. But is he strong enough to beat us? Looking like he is. But are we strong enough to live before anyone else? 5th. We could have finished in 4th. That is annoying. If we just didn't die that quick. That guy would have been... that's so unlucky. Do we drop the round there? Only 7 LP dropped. Not terrible. I mean, I did try... And with a level 3, that is one good thing. But we did try something a little bit sneaky that did rely on our looks more than anything. And we did have the extra character. That is annoying. The only thing that these guys had over us were the champions cost more overall, and they just had the better overall comp. Like, pretty much everyone in this top 4, bar this top guy, has an Ashe. So, chances of us hitting the level 2 Ashe was quite low. He had poison. He probably grinded quite hard to look for poison as well, considering he was winning probably more rounds than us. He just got lucky on his opponents and just lucky in his shop, really. He also had the level 2 Twitch. That kind of annoys me. It's a bummer. We had a comp that basically played the Swarm game and we got basically popped. Like, we didn't have enough survivability, which kind of annoyed me because we didn't really get a Mundo or a Singed till really late in the game, whereas we had a level 3 Cog, which is okay, just not super duper strong in the late game. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new here if you want to, leave a like down below, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.